First contact. The skies above New York City erupted with a dazzling display of light as the alien ship descended through Earth's atmosphere. Crowds gathered in Times Square, necks craned upwards, a mix of awe and trepidation on their faces. Among them stood Dr. Samantha Chen, xenobiologist and humanities appointed liaison for this historic moment. As the sleek, silver craft touched down in Central Park, Sam's heart raced. Years of training and speculation were about to be put to the test. She straightened her jacket and strode forward, flanked by a contingent of UN officials and military personnel. The ship's hull shimmered, and an opening appeared. 3 figures emerged, tall, willowy beings with iridescent skin that seemed to ripple in the sunlight. Their large, multifaceted eyes blinked rapidly, adjusting to Earth's brightness. Sam stepped forward, hand extended in greeting. "Welcome to Earth. I'm Dr. Samantha Chen, representing the United Nations and humanity." The central alien, taller than the others, raised a 6-fingered hand in a gesture that mirrored Sam's. "Greetings, Dr. Chen. I am Ambassador Zixlian of the Galactic Confederation. We come in peace and with great curiosity about your world." As Zixlian spoke, Sam noticed a subtle change in the alien's demeanor. The ambassador's eyes widened, pupils dilating. The rippling of their skin intensified, taking on a mesmerizing pattern. "Are you all right, Ambassador?" Sam asked, concerned. Zixlian swayed slightly. I feel strange. Your atmosphere. It's..." Before Sam could react, the ambassador stumbled forward, caught by their companions. The other 2 aliens seemed similarly affected, their movements becoming uncoordinated. "We need to get them to a controlled environment," Sam barked to her team. "Prepare the quarantine unit." As they rushed the aliens to a nearby medical facility, Sam's mind raced. What could be causing this reaction? Earth's atmosphere was a complex mixture of gases, but nothing they'd considered dangerous to most life forms. In the hastily prepared quarantine unit, Sam watched through a window as alien physiologists examined their leaders. The alien skin continued to shimmer with increased intensity, and their movements became more animated. One of the alien scientists approached the glass, pressing a communication device. "Dr. Chen, we've made a startling discovery. Your atmosphere. It contains elements that are inducing a powerful euphoric state in our biology. It's unlike anything we've ever encountered." Sam's jaw dropped. "You mean our air is intoxicating to you?" The alien nodded, its own movements slightly erratic. "More than intoxicating. It's transcendent. We've never experienced anything like this. The complex mixture of gases, the trace elements, they're interacting with our neural pathways in ways we couldn't have imagined." As Sam processed this information, she noticed the quarantined aliens were becoming more animated. Ambassador Zixlian pressed against the glass, eyes wide with wonder. "Dr. Chen," Zixlian said, voice filled with awe, "your world is extraordinary. We came seeking diplomatic ties, but we found something far more profound. The very essence of your planet is a gift beyond measure." Sam's mind reeled at the implications. Earth's atmosphere, something humans took for granted, was apparently the most potent substance these advanced aliens had ever encountered. Over the next few days, as the aliens acclimated to Earth's atmosphere, Sam worked tirelessly to understand the phenomenon. The aliens explained that while the effect diminished slightly with exposure, it never fully dissipated. Earth's air continued to induce a state of heightened awareness, creativity, and euphoria in their species. News of this discovery spread rapidly through the alien delegation. What had begun as a standard diplomatic mission was quickly evolving into something far more significant. As Sam sat in her office, poring over the latest data, she received an urgent message. The Galactic Confederation was calling an emergency session. Earth, once considered a backwater planet, was now the focus of intense interest across the galaxy. Ambassador Zixlian, still visibly affected by Earth's atmosphere, addressed Sam with a mixture of excitement and concern. "Dr. Chen, We stand at a crossroads. Your world possesses something that countless species will desire. The knowledge of Earth's properties will change the galaxy forever. Sam leaned back in her chair, the weight of the situation settling on her shoulders. Humanity had dreamed of making its mark on the galactic stage, but not like this. They had hoped to be recognized for their achievements, their art, their science. Instead, they found themselves custodians of what might be the most valuable resource in the known universe, their very air. As the sun set over New York, casting a golden glow across the alien ship, Sam gazed out her window. The world seemed both larger and smaller than ever before. Humanity was no longer alone, but their newfound company brought with it challenges they had never anticipated. Ambassador Zixlian joined her at the window, their iridescent skin reflecting the fading sunlight. Your people stand on the brink of a new era, Dr. Chen. The decisions you make in the coming days will shape the future of not just Earth, but the entire galaxy. Sam nodded, her mind already racing with the possibilities and pitfalls that lay ahead. We're ready, Ambassador. Whatever comes next, humanity will face it head-on. As night fell over the city that never sleeps, the first chapter of Earth's galactic adventure came to a close. But for Samantha Chen and the rest of humanity, the real journey was just beginning. The stars had once seemed out of reach, but now the universe was knocking at their door, drawn by the siren song of Earth's intoxicating atmosphere. The Galactic Rush. In the months following first contact, Earth underwent a transformation unlike anything in human history. The news that Earth's atmosphere was a powerful euphoric to most alien species spread across the galaxy like wildfire, igniting a fervor that would come to be known as the Great Terrestrial Gold Rush. Dr. Samantha Chen stood at the window of her New York office, now part of the hastily assembled Earth Atmospheric Regulation Agency, EARA. The skyline she'd known all her life was now punctuated by alien craft of all shapes and sizes, their designs as varied as the species that piloted them. Dr. Chen, her AI assistant, chimed. The latest reports are in. We're looking at a 500% increase in alien visa applications over the last week alone. Sam sighed, rubbing her temples. Any progress on expanding our orbital checkpoint capacity? Construction is underway, but we're struggling to keep up with demand. A knock at the door interrupted their conversation. Jake Morrison, Sam's deputy and longtime friend, entered, looking haggard. Sam, we got a situation brewing in Tokyo. A group of Vexillians set up an unauthorized breeding parlor in Shibuya. Local authorities are overwhelmed. Damn it, Sam muttered. Get me a direct line to the Japanese EARA branch. We need to shut this down before it spreads. As Sam dealt with the crisis, similar scenes were unfolding across the globe. Earth had become the hottest destination in the galaxy, with aliens willing to pay exorbitant prices for a chance to experience its atmosphere. In Rio de Janeiro, the famous Christ the Redeemer statue now stood surrounded by transparent domes filled with alien tourists, basking in the euphoria of Earth's air. The Sahara Desert had been transformed into a vast spaceport, its dunes now home to countless alien vessels. But with the influx came problems. The black market for bottled Earth air boomed, leading to dangerous smuggling operations. Some less scrupulous aliens attempted to set up covered automated harvesting stations in remote areas, threatening local ecosystems. Humanity found itself facing an unprecedented challenge. How could they balance the economic opportunities presented by their newfound galactic popularity with the need to protect their planet and maintain their sovereignty? In Geneva, the United Nations convened an emergency session to address the crisis. Sam, as the head of EARA, was called to testify. Distinguished delegates, she began, her voice echoing through the Grand Assembly Hall. We stand at a crossroads. Earth's atmosphere, once taken for granted, is now the most valuable resource in the known galaxy. We have an opportunity to uplift humanity, to secure our place among the stars. But we also face grave dangers. She paused, looking around the room at the mix of human and alien faces. If we're not careful, we risk becoming a galactic tourist trap, our planet's resources drained to satisfy the cravings of the universe. We must act now to establish strict regulations on atmospheric access, to invest in protective technologies, and to forge alliances that will safeguard our world. As Sam spoke, tensions in the room were palpable. Some nations saw the alien influx as an unparalleled economic opportunity, a chance to solve poverty and drive unprecedented growth. Others feared the loss of cultural identity, the strain on resources, and the potential for exploitation. Meanwhile, beyond Earth's atmosphere, a new economy was booming. Orbital stations were hastily constructed to accommodate the flood of alien visitors, becoming sprawling cities in space. These stations served as checkpoints, hotels, and regulated air bars, where aliens could experience Earth's atmosphere in controlled doses. Entrepreneurial humans quickly recognized the potential of this new market. Terran Air, a startup founded by a group of college students, became an overnight sensation by offering personalized Earth Air blends, each designed to cater to specific alien physiologies for maximum effect. But not all humans were thrilled with the changes. Protest movements sprang up across the globe, with slogans like "Our Air, Our Future," and "Earth is not for sale," becoming rallying cries for those who feared the consequences of unrestricted alien access to the planet. In the midst of this chaos, Sam found herself working around the clock, navigating a complex web of diplomatic negotiations, scientific research, and crisis management. The weight of protecting Earth's future rested heavily on her shoulders. One evening, as she was reviewing the latest atmospheric composition reports in her office, she received an unexpected visitor. Ambassador Zixlian, now Earth's primary liaison with the Galactic Confederation, entered with an air of urgency. "Dr. Chen, we have a problem," the ambassador said, their iridescent skin pulsing with concern. "Our long-range sensors have detected a massive fleet approaching the solar system. We believe they're from the Xorthal Empire, a notoriously expansionist civilization from the galactic core." Sam's blood ran cold. The Xorthal were known for their ruthless acquisition of resources, often at the expense of less advanced civilizations. "How long do we have?" "At their current speed, they'll reach Earth in approximately 3 standard galactic months," Zexlian replied. Sam stood, her mind racing. "We need to call an emergency meeting with the UN Security Council and the Galactic Confederation representatives. Earth needs to be ready." As she and Zixlian hurried out of the office, Sam couldn't help but feel a mix of fear and determination. Humanity had hoped to make its mark on the galactic stage, but not like this. They had dreamed of reaching the stars, not of the stars coming to them with such voracious appetite. But as she looked out at the New York skyline, now a blend of human architecture and alien vessels, Sam realized that humanity had always thrived in the face of adversity. The coming storm would test them like never before, but she was confident that the ingenuity, resilience, and sheer determination of the human spirit would rise to meet the challenge. As the sun set over the city, casting an otherworldly glow on the alien ships hovering above, Sam steeled herself for the battles ahead. The fate of Earth hung in the balance, and she was determined to ensure that humanity's first chapter in galactic history would not be its last. Humanity's stand. The news of the approaching Xorthal fleet spread across Earth like wildfire, igniting a mixture of fear, determination, and unprecedented global unity. In the face of potential invasion, old rivalries were set aside as nations scrambled to prepare for the looming threat. Dr. Samantha Chen found herself at the center of a whirlwind of activity. The United Nations had been transformed into a de facto world government, with EARA playing a crucial role in coordinating Earth's defenses. Sam's expertise in both xenobiology and atmospheric sciences made her an invaluable asset in these turbulent times. In a converted warehouse in Geneva, Sam stood before a holographic display of the solar system, surrounded by a diverse group of human leaders and alien allies. The approaching Xorthal fleet blinked ominously at the edge of the projection. "We have just under 3 months to prepare," Sam began, her voice steady despite the gravity of the situation. "Thanks to our allies in the Galactic Confederation, we have some understanding of Thorful technology and tactics. But make no mistake, we're vastly outgunned in terms of conventional warfare." General Maria Rodriguez, the newly appointed head of Earth's Unified Defense Forces, stepped forward. "Then we don't fight conventionally. We use what they want against them." Sam nodded, a grim smile on her face. "Exactly. Earth's atmosphere is our greatest weapon." Over the next weeks, a daring plan took shape. Under Sam's guidance, teams of human and alien scientists worked tirelessly to weaponize Earth's atmosphere. They developed a method to concentrate and pressurize the air, turning it into a potent, weaponized form that could incapacitate most alien species, including the Exorful. Meanwhile, the world's greatest minds in physics and engineering collaborated on an ambitious project. They aimed to create a planetary shield, a thin but impenetrable barrier of energy that would envelop the Earth, controlling access to the precious atmosphere. As the days ticked by, Earth became a hive of activity. Orbital defense platforms were hastily constructed, manned by joint human-alien crews. On the ground, cities were transformed into fortresses, with atmospheric containment systems doubling as both shelters and weapons. But it wasn't just about military preparations. Sam knew that Earth's greatest strength lay in its diversity, both in its people and its biosphere. She spearheaded an initiative to create secure biodomes around the world, preserving samples of Earth's countless ecosystems. These biodomes would serve as backup atmospheric generators if the worst should happen. 2 months into the preparations, Sam received an urgent message from Jake. "Sam, you need to see this," he said, his face grave on the holographic display. Moments later, Sam was staring at satellite footage of a distant moon of Jupiter. The icy surface of Europa was marred by a massive impact crater, steam rising from its depths. "The Exorful sent an advance party," Jake explained. "They tried to harvest Europa's subsurface oceans, probably looking to synthesize a substitute for Earth's atmosphere. The attempt backfired spectacularly." Sam's mind raced. This was both good news and bad. It meant that Exorful were desperate, but it also meant they might be more ruthless in their approach to Earth. As the final weeks before the Exorful's arrival ticked away, an unexpected development arose. Alien tourists and expatriates, many of whom had come to call Earth home, began volunteering to help in the planet's defense. They offered knowledge, technology, and in some cases, their own unique biological abilities. In New Delhi, a group of photosynthetic aliens from the Chlorus system used their natural abilities to supercharge Earth's oxygen production. In the Amazon rainforest, shape-shifting morphin worked with local communities to create living, breathing defense systems that could adapt to any threat. The day before the Exorful fleet was due to arrive, Sam stood atop the EARA headquarters in New York, looking out at the transformed skyline. The Statue of Liberty now held aloft a shimmering energy torch, a symbol of Earth's new planetary shield. Sleek defense drones patrolled the skies, their designs a fusion of human ingenuity and alien technology. Ambassador Zixlian joined her, their iridescent skin reflecting the sunset. "Your people continue to amaze me, Dr. Chen," they said softly. "In the face of extinction, you've not only united but evolved. The galaxy will never be the same after this, regardless of the outcome." Sam nodded, a mixture of pride and apprehension swelling in her chest. "We've always been at our best when our backs are against the wall, but I can't help wondering, will it be enough?" As if in answer to her question, the sky suddenly lit up with a brilliant flash. The Exorful fleet had arrived, their massive ships breaking through the light-speed barrier just beyond the moon's orbit. Alarms blared across the city, across the world. The moment of truth had arrived. Sam took a deep breath of Earth's precious air, savoring its sweetness, its power. Then she turned, determination etched on her face. "Let's show them what humanity is made of." As she rushed to the command center, the first shots of the battle were fired in the cold vacuum of space. Earth's orbital defenses sprang to life, a dazzling display of energy weapons and smart missiles arcing towards the Xorthal fleet. The invasion had begun, and with it the greatest test humanity had ever faced. But they were not alone. Allies from across the galaxy stood with them, drawn by the unique properties of Earth's atmosphere, but now bound by something stronger. A shared determination to protect this small blue planet that had become the beacon of hope and unity in a vast, often divided galaxy. As the battle raged in the skies above, Sam Chen and the people of Earth steeled themselves for the fight of their lives. The fate of not just their world, but perhaps the entire galaxy, hung in the balance, and they were determined to prove that humanity, against all odds, could stand tall among the stars. The cosmic conflict, the battle for Earth, unfolded on a scale never before witnessed in human history. The night sky blazed with the fury of advanced weaponry as Earth's unified defense forces clashed with the Xorthal Armada. From her position in the EARA command center, Dr. Samantha Chen coordinated a complex dance of strategy and science. Holographic displays filled the room, showing real-time updates of the conflict raging above. Atmospheric weapons ready in sectors 3 through 7, reported a technician. Sam nodded grimly. Activate on my mark. Let's show them why they should have left us alone. With a series of commands, concentrated bursts of Earth's atmosphere were launched into space. As they impacted the Xorthal ships, the effect was immediate and devastating. Entire sections of the alien fleet began to drift, their crews incapacitated by the intoxicating air. But the Xorthal were not unprepared. Their flagship, a colossal vessel that dwarfed even the largest human constructs, began to emit a strange, pulsating field. "They're trying to neutralize the atmospheric effect," shouted Jake, his eyes wide with alarm. Sam's mind raced. "Redirect all atmospheric weapons to target that field generator, and get me a direct line to the Chloros defense team in New Delhi." As the battle raged on, Earth's defenders fought with everything they had. The planetary shield, while taxed to its limits, held firm against the Xorthal's relentless assault. In orbit, joint human-alien crews manning the defense platforms fought with a synergy born of desperation and shared purpose. On the ground, the situation was equally intense. Xorthal drop pods that managed to penetrate the shield were met with fierce resistance. In Tokyo, shape-shifting Morphin allies confused and outmaneuvered the invaders. In Rio de Janeiro, local militia fought alongside hovering Vexillian allies, using the city's unique topography to their advantage. But the tide of battle remained uncertain. For every Xorthal ship disabled by Earth's atmospheric weapons, another seemed to take its place. The invaders' technological superiority was evident, and Earth's defenses were being stretched to their breaking point. In a desperate bid to turn the tide, Sam made a risky decision. "We need to take out their flagship," she announced to the command center. "If we can disrupt their central command, we might have a chance to scatter their forces." The plan was audacious. Using a specially modified stealth shuttle, a small team would infiltrate the Xorthal flagship. Their mission: to release a concentrated dose of Earth's atmosphere directly into the ship's life support systems. Sam insisted on leading the mission herself. "I understand our weapon better than anyone," she argued. "And I need to see them, to understand why they're doing this." As Sam's team prepared for their daring mission, the battle reached a fever pitch. The Xorthal, realizing the threat posed by Earth's atmospheric weapons, began targeting the planet's major oxygen-producing regions. The Amazon rainforest, the algae-rich Southern Ocean, and other crucial ecosystems came under heavy fire. In response, the Chloros aliens in New Delhi activated their secret weapon. Using their photosynthetic abilities amplified by human technology, they began producing oxygen at an unprecedented rate, temporarily offsetting the damage done by the Xorthal attacks. Aboard the stealth shuttle, Sam and her team, a mix of humans and alien allies, approached the massive Exorthal flagship. The vessel was a city in space, its hull marked with strange, pulsating patterns that seemed to defy the laws of physics. "Remember," Sam briefed her team, "we're not here for a frontal assault. We get in, release the payload, and get out. The atmospheric concentrate will do the rest." As they maneuvered towards a vulnerable entry point, Sam couldn't help but feel a mix of awe and terror at the scale of the conflict they were embroiled in. Humanity had dreamed of reaching the stars, but not like this. Never like this. The infiltration was harrowing. Navigating the alien corridors of the Exorthal ship, the team faced challenges that pushed the boundaries of their training and technology. But they pressed on, driven by the knowledge that failure meant the end of everything they held dear. Finally, they'd reached the central life support hub. As Sam prepared to release the atmospheric payload, they were confronted by a squad of Exorthal warriors. In the ensuing firefight, Sam caught her first clear glimpse of the invaders. The Exorthal were imposing figures, their bodies a strange fusion of organic and mechanical parts. But what struck Sam most were their eyes, filled with a hunger that seemed insatiable. As the last Exorthal fell, Sam activated the release mechanism. Earth's atmosphere, concentrated and pressurized, began to flood the ship's systems. "Fall back," Sam shouted to her team. "We need to get out of here before." Her words were cut short by a sudden, violent tremor that shook the entire ship. The concentrated atmosphere was having an even more profound effect than they had anticipated. As they raced back to their shuttle, chaos erupted throughout the flagship. Exorthal crew members stumbled about in a euphoric daze, their coordinated invasion falling into disarray. From the shuttle's viewport, Sam watched in awe as the mighty Exorthal armada began to break formation. Without clear leadership, individual ships started to retreat, while others drifted aimlessly in space. As they sped back towards Earth, a transmission came through from EARA headquarters. Jake's voice, filled with a mix of disbelief and joy, echoed through the shuttle. "Sam, you did it. The Exorthal fleet is in retreat. Earth is safe." Cheers erupted among the team, but Sam remained focused, her mind already turning to the challenges that lay ahead. They had won the battle, but the war for Earth's future was far from over. As the blue marble of their home planet grew larger in the viewport, Sam allowed herself a small smile. Humanity had faced its greatest test and emerged stronger, more united, and with a new place among the stars. But with this victory came new responsibilities. Earth was now irrevocably part of a larger galactic community, for better or worse, and Sam knew that the decisions made in the coming days would shape the future of not just Earth, but the entire galaxy. As they began their descent through the atmosphere that had saved them all, Sam took a deep breath, savoring the sweetness of the air that was now the most precious resource in the known universe. The real work, she knew, was just beginning. A new era dawns. In the weeks following the Exorthal retreat, Earth experienced a period of both celebration and intense introspection. The planet had survived its trial by fire, but the scars of battle were evident both on the surface and in the collective psyche of humanity. Dr. Samantha Chen found herself at the center of a whirlwind of activity. As the hero of the battle and the foremost expert on Earth's now famous atmosphere, she was called upon to help shape the planet's new role in the galactic community. One crisp morning, Sam stood before the United Nations General Assembly, now expanded to include representatives from allied alien species. The Grand Hall buzzed with a mix of languages and translator devices, a cacophony that symbolized Earth's new diversity. "Distinguished delegates," Sam began, her voice steady despite the weight of the moment. "We stand at the dawn of a new era. Earth is no longer just our home. It has become a linchpin in the galactic ecosystem. Our atmosphere, once taken for granted, is now recognized as one of the most valuable resources in the known universe." She paused, looking out at the sea of faces, human and alien alike. "But with this recognition comes great responsibility. We must find a way to share our gift with the galaxy, while also protecting our world and its people. This is not just about economics or politics. It's about the very future of life as we know it. Over the next months, a new framework for Earth's role in the galaxy took shape. The Earth Atmospheric Regulation and Sharing Initiative, EARSI, was established, with Sam at its helm. This organization would oversee the controlled distribution of Earth's atmosphere, ensuring sustainable harvesting and fair access for all peaceful species. But challenges remained. Despite the defeat of the Xorthal, other opportunistic factions still sought to exploit Earth's resources. The planet's defense systems, born in the crucible of invasion, were maintained and expanded. Earth had learned the hard way that peace in the galaxy came at the price of eternal vigilance. Meanwhile, Earth itself was changing. The influx of alien visitors and technology had transformed society in ways both subtle and profound. In major cities, humans walked side by side with a dizzying array of alien species. Schools began offering courses in xenobiology and galactic history. The global economy boomed as Earth became a hub of interstellar trade and diplomacy. Yet not all changes were welcome. Some humans feared the loss of their cultural identity in the face of galactic homogenization. Others worried about the long-term effects of sharing Earth's atmosphere, despite assurances from scientists that the planet's ecosystem could sustain controlled harvesting. Sam worked tirelessly to address these concerns. She spearheaded initiatives to preserve Earth's cultural heritage while embracing its new role. Under her guidance, EARSI established atmospheric sanctuaries, vast areas where Earth's air remained untouched, serving as both ecological preserves and spiritual retreats for those seeking a pure terrestrial experience. 1 year after the Xorthal invasion, Sam found herself back where it all began, in New York City, standing atop the EARA headquarters. The skyline had changed dramatically. Sleek alien architecture now intermingled with human skyscrapers. Atmospheric processing plants hummed quietly, harvesting and packaging Earth's air for off-world transport. Ambassador Zixlian joined her, their iridescent skin shimmering in the sunset. "Your world continues to amaze me, Dr. Chen," they said softly. "In just one galactic cycle, you've gone from an isolated planet to a cornerstone of interstellar society." Sam nodded, a mix of pride and weariness in her eyes. "It hasn't been easy. There are days I wonder if we're moving too fast, changing too much." Zixlian placed a gentle hand on her shoulder. "Change is the only constant in the universe, my friend. What matters is how we shape that change." As if to emphasize the point, a massive starship rose slowly from the Hudson River spaceport, its holds filled with carefully processed Earth atmosphere bound for distant worlds. Sam watched it ascend, marveling at how something as simple as air had reshaped humanity's destiny. "We're not just sharing our atmosphere," Sam mused. "We're sharing hope. For so many species out there, a breath of Earth's air is a moment of clarity, of euphoria. It's inspiration in its purest form." Zixlian nodded. "And in return, the galaxy shares its wonders with you. Knowledge, technology, the promise of worlds beyond imagination." As night fell over the city, Sam reflected on the journey that had brought them to this point. The fear and uncertainty of first contact, the rush of galactic attention, the crucible of invasion, and now this, a new equilibrium, precarious but full of potential. Humanity had proven its worth on the galactic stage, not just through the uniqueness of its world, but through its resilience, creativity, and capacity for growth. Earth's atmosphere might have been the initial draw, but it was the human spirit that truly set the planet apart. Looking up at the stars, now bustling with the traffic of 1,000 worlds, Sam felt a renewed sense of purpose. The challenges ahead were many, but so were the opportunities. Earth was no longer alone in the cosmos, and humanity's next great adventure was just beginning. As she turned to head back inside, Sam took a deep breath, savoring the sweet, life-giving air that had changed everything. In that breath was the past, billions of years of evolution and struggle. But it also held the future, a future where Earth and humanity played a central role in a vast, complex, and wondrous galactic civilization. The age of Earth's isolation was over. The era of cosmic collaboration had begun, and with it, the promise of a future limited only by the bounds of imagination and the spirit of cooperation that had saved them all.